and then I still felt like I was gonna catch him.
Let's try it. I'm vibing. Why not?
Are you sure you feel it? You want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is gonna be epic because I have a shredder with me. We're gonna hit some jumps, and that shredder is Christina Chapeta. You know from Pink Bike, but also my videos. And the trail behind me is called Poacher. It's got a gnarly road gap, and Christina has jumped it. So now I think it's time to show her some other classic Squamish jump. So what do you say we go and fly a bit?
Let's do it. Get a little warm up first, maybe.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Christina, ready for some warm up? Some 10 to 20 feet jump?
Yeah.
I follow you.
Here we go.
Drop in.
Don't land on me.
It's a bit slick. Yeah. Yo! Yeah, smooth, Christina. That's such a fun trail. It's a really good warm-up too. Jumps are pretty low consequence. They're really well built, so big props to the builder. Oh, look at that bump. Yeah. Yeah. Woohoo.
Mine's a bit greasy.
Yeah, it's not an easy one. Yeah, Christina. Up. Open the line here.
Whoa.
Different line. Yeah, a bit short. Yeah, good job. It's a tough one because you really want to be carrying good speed, so you want to push on the corner, and a lot of those jumps, like you got to bunny up them.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to raise the corner so fast. It's a sick trail, eh?
Yeah, super sick.
Let's session the last one.
I think so. That's fun.
Well, that was our first lap of the day, and this section is pretty tricky. That's probably the biggest jump of the track, and you want to clear it, and we came in a little bit slow.
Yeah.
So what happened?
It's a little bit holy up there, but I think as long as I commit from this point forward, it should be better.
Yeah, I think if you control your speed on top and really open your line a little bit, you get more visibility. Now you know the setup with the jump, you can really carry more speed, be more confident, and all you needed, because your technique was great, was just a bit more speed. So.
More speed. More
Let's do
send.
it.
We need more spend. Spend? Send.
How was this one? That was really smooth, no?
That was way better. Did it look smooth?
Yeah, it
Okay,
did.
sick.
Let me follow you down it. So we're gonna set up fairly slow, open the corner, and now let's go the brakes. Yeah. Yeah, Christina. Very smooth. That was good.
That was way better.
So how is it?
Yeah, that was much better. I actually hit the sweet spot of the landing and the bike didn't bottom out all crazy, so.
Yeah, when you come on the jump with more speed, the forces, you know, go in this direction instead of like falling down on the ground. So,
Totally.
and that's gonna be what we're gonna see on the next jump. You want to hit them with speed, so the impact is less.
Perfect.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, faster, less impact. Okay. Okay.
Okay, Christina, there's your name on that jump. That's for you. I think it's gonna be a good step up from, you know, that last jump we just did. Similar setup in terms of, you know, how the jump is angled, clear landing.
Yeah.
It's really straight. It's bigger though, but to me it's a bit easier because you don't have to negotiate the corner before. So I think for you that's gonna be a good warm up, or a good second warm up for what we're gonna do after.
Okay.
So let's have a look.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a launcher.
Yeah, it's what, like maybe 20-25 feet long and 5 feet tall.
Yeah, seems bigger.
It's a bit bigger than what we just did, but you got the jump just before.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a speed jump, and when you land it you can really set up nicely. So for this side of jump, this is basically the perfect setup. Like probably the safest setup for this size.
For this size. For the commitment factor.
Yeah, the landing is long, but you can potentially overshoot it and totally be fine. You got a long place to slow down afterwards. You know, it's fairly clear on the side. It's kind of blind, so that's the issue, but it's perfectly straight too, so it's not too bad.
Perfectly straight. Trust the send.
What we should do is that we're gonna go check out
The
that
setup.
other jump, which is similar setup, a bit smaller.
Yeah.
So that way we can, you know, see that setup. I'm gonna ride it a few times so you can see my speed, you can see the impact.
Yeah.
And then I can give you more accurate feedback on the speed and on the pop you may need. And then either you jump it by yourself or you follow me, depending whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Sweet. It's not much smaller than the next one. It's definitely spicy.
Actually, that's basically the same size. I don't know, I remember it being smaller, but it isn't. It might be more impressive because the landing is, you know, it's like a sharp edge.
Yeah.
But coming in, you can see the landing a bit better than the other one. It's not as blind.
Totally.
So to me, this is less intimidating than the other one.
Yeah. I do like that, being able to see the landing from a bit higher up. It's a straight line. So the good thing is, if you hit it sweet, then I know I'll be lined up for the next one.
I think
But if there's any bit of bobble there, then...
what we should be doing though is that do a couple of run-ins. I'm gonna do it so you have a good idea of the speed, then I can coach you through it.
Yeah.
And then once you do it, don't pressure yourself to the second one, just focus just on this one. So the only thing you have to focus on is this jump. Do it a few times, so then you get your muscle memory, and then you'll focus on the next one. Let's do that.
I think I brought the full face. We won't need this though, we're good.
Drop!
Wow, that looks really smooth.
So I came in the first one coasting, and the second jump I didn't touch my brake, so I landed perfect the first one. Second jump I didn't touch my brakes, but I almost I could feel like I had a good amount of speed, so I almost squashed the jump a little, just so I didn't overshoot it much. So what we can do is that we can redo it, but you don't jump. I jump, so you have a pretty good idea of the speed, and that allows you to see while doing a run-in, you can see my speed.
Yeah.
And if you want, when we do it, I'll go a little bit faster because I know you're more scared to case than to overshoot, right?
Yeah.
So if you want, I'll go a little bit faster.
It was good to follow Remy and just to see exactly what he does. But in my head, I'd rather overshoot something than undershoot, especially on this.
Yeah, how did you feel? Did you feel like you would have had the speed or not?
Well, I was right behind you, so I think I would have, but I think I would prefer to go a little faster.
So, would you prefer to go by yourself or to follow me?
Probably, I think I could go by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to give you another run-in for the speed?
Yeah, let's do that again. Yoo! Okay, let's do it.
By yourself or you want to follow me?
I think I'll go solo.
Okay. Yeah!
Yay! That felt great.
I think that was perfect.
Yay!
Now you're really good, really composed on the landing. Really stable.
Yeah, it felt like a
No, that's great, you landed really solid.
down.
Well, obviously you're strong, but you landed on the sweet spot. I think you had a really good speed, really good commitment.
Yay!
And you were perfectly lined up for the next one, right? So
Yeah.
So the way you jump the first one, you carry actually too much speed than what you actually need for this. So either you brake check a tiny bit or you just squash. So instead of popping, you kind of keep the bike on the ground. And so that's what I just did. So I went no brakes, but instead of helping the bike, I kind of pushed down a little bit so I didn't take too much air. It's a good setup.
Totes good. Okay.
Good job.
Okay, gonna do it. Yeah, that was sick. It felt really smooth, aside from the slight detour on the landing, but
Sweet.
yeah! Yeah, something happened there. Following Remy, maybe. Yeah.
Like, I think you land almost where you're standing right now.
I kind of feel like I did. I was like in the air way longer than I anticipated, but that was sick.
Well, you told me you prefer to go a bit long than a bit short, so.
Well, I actually like brake tapped off of the first one for some reason. Like I landed, I don't know what I did, but I thought I was gonna case the first one. So what do? You brake tap, I guess. I don't know. Do the thing. 1, 2, 3, drop.
No, it's 3, 2, 1 baguette. I put a little bit of brake because I know you overshotted the one before, so I was like, okay.
How
did sweet.
You go? That was okay? I didn't
Yeah,
like,
I was just focused on you.
Okay.
No, you did perfect. Like you had a bit of a break and you landed really smooth, perfectly in line, really composed on your bike, like really balanced between your legs and your arms. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it again because it's fun. So I'm gonna try to ride even closer. That was good.
Yeah. I see what you mean about easy to overshoot now. Like a couple times going through it, you get more comfortable, you get a little bit faster, you get your line, and then
I was trying to catch up with you. So I went like faster, and I did overshoot a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. There's a bit of hole and I landed like just right on the hole. I guess where everybody lands.
Yeah.
So that creates a bit of a compression.
Totally. Everybody lands, or they like land and then grab a whole bunch of brake.
But that's why I got the freeride bike today. The spin drift.
That was sick!
180mm travel on the back.
Oh.
Don't really have any excuse for not hitting those jumps.
No. Same.
Let's move on to
Thanks, Remy. That was awesome.
Let's move on to the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, so we are on Green and Howler, which is another classic Squamish jump trail. Some pretty gnarly doubles, like they wood to wood basically. Oh, like wood structure to wood structure, but dirt landing. And they look nice, but they're definitely intimidating.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the ones up that way look a little bit less intimidating than this one. This final one looks like it's definitely a doozy.
Yeah, I think, well, looking at that, it sounds like you're gonna have too much speed for that.
Yeah.
But because it's, you know, a proper double, you don't want to case it. You have space to overshoot it, there's second landing almost, so it's gonna be interesting to see the speed management for this one. Because the actual jump itself is very similar to what you just jumped.
Totally.
And that's why I wanted to check out those jump below, because they're like a good taste of how this is gonna feel. So yeah, I think we should go up and have a look at it.
Okay. Worth looking.
Yeah, I think a lot of brakes for this one.
That's what I don't like. Is when you have to like really control your speed and either brake into something or pedal into something. It's much nicer if you know. Just like clip in, rolling speed's gonna get you there. I might just go look at it like you did, just cause.
Yeah, this one's pretty nice. It's been like reworked on. I think the speed coming into it's gonna be nice. And the landing is like wide. You don't want to go too deep, but. And the next one is just like basically a speed jump for the last one, so. Should be super fun to link up. Like
Yeah.
this one, you don't want to go fast, otherwise you won't touch the landing. You want to go quite slow and bunny up it.
Totally.
Yeah. I might go slightly faster than I need for the first one, just to make sure I don't case it. And then I'll probably ride the entire line.
How was that?
That was good. It's funny, but like if I overthink stuff, I just start making mistake and I ride tight. Whereas if I go like I did and I'm in the moment, you know, I know I have a good you know, speed evaluation, and I know how to do stuff like that. So it's just easier for me if I just go and do everything at once sometimes. It definitely a bit of brake check for the last one, unless you want to gap to the second landing, which is what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah. Did you brake check it all into the last one?
I brake check for basically every jump.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I prefer to almost go a bit slow and then pop,
Yeah.
rather than going super fast. But that's, you know, my approach of jumping and what I'm comfortable doing. Here, I didn't choose the corner. Like you can see my tire mark.
Yeah.
I went on the inside. I guess I don't like corners.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like it's a bit greasy if you get caught in that corner and then doing another corner.
Well,
It's like a bit sketchier
this is good,
than just a straight
but
line.
this one doesn't have nearly as much support.
Right.
You still have time to stop, you know, before the next jump, but I guess I'm just gonna ride a couple more times, so then I can give you, you know, better feedback on the speed and on the pop. So let me do a few more.
Yeah.
The jump is so fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do a suicide no-hander on it.
Okay.
My only issue is that I haven't done one in like 4 or 5 months. Just because in the winter I don't do as much jumping. So let's see if I can get my confidence back to do it smoothly. Yeah, almost the front end of my bike is still a bit too high. And that's because I'm not super confident yet with the jump and with my skill to do no-handers, just because I haven't done it in a long time. In the summer when I do them every day, that's one thing, but you know, not doing it for a few months on a new bike, on a new jump, it takes me a bit of time. So you can see I'm in a defensive, because instead of having my bike flat, the front of the bike is a bit high, which is typically when you're scared, that's what you do. And yeah, right now I'm a bit scared, so, but I'm gonna get it better. So what happens at the takeoff, Scott, on the last part, almost a second takeoff. So you basically preload the bike to do your no-hander, you set up with your body position and your speed, and then suddenly just before taking off, the bike it's almost a second takeoff, and I think that's why it puts my bike a little bit too much on the rear. But doing a no-hander, you obviously don't want to go nose heavy, so it's kind of a balance to find. So let's see if I can get it better. Yeah, it's better. Definitely not perfect. I'd like to dive a bit the front of the bike and be like fully extended, but yeah, I'll do that with a bit more practice. Towards the end of the summer, I'll come back and do it better. Okay, your turn, Christina. Okay, so you've seen me doing the entire line. Which jump inspires you the most? Which one you will feel more comfortable doing first?
Probably the second one, because it really feels and looks like the jumps that we've hit already, and the landing's like super wide. The wood doesn't look too slippery.
No, you come on a straight line. It's good. It's a good jump.
Yeah, the first one looks like quite technical, that wood to wood.
You got to pull. So the first one you got to go slow, and because the landing is so steep, you got to pop a bunny up.
Totally.
So
Yeah,
unless
that's
you're
what it
very
looks
comfortable going slow, popping a bunny up to reaching to a landing, it's not the best jump to start on. But fortunately, you can hit 2, 3, 4 without doing the first jump. You can go around it.
Right.
So we can do that and do 2. And the third one is probably the easiest one.
Yeah, it's definitely a launcher as far as distance, but it looks like kind of the most straightforward. You have a straight run in, straight run out.
It's the smallest one, long landing, nothing really to worry on. You got a couple of corners before to set up, which I like. That kind of gives you the speed.
Yeah.
I don't like to when you have to brake. And the last jump, you got to brake before.
Yeah.
And you don't really have anything to kind of measure your speed.
Totally.
Whereas this, you got the corner to slow you down.
Yeah.
So myself, I prefer that kind of setup. While the last one is probably the easiest one technically. You know, it's just, but it's really easy to go way too fast.
Yeah.
And if
It
you go
looks
too
like
fast, a bit nose heavy, too much on the rear, something wrong could happen. So this is to keep on good days when you feel fit and focused.
Sweet. Well, let's try this one. It looks doable.
Yeah, we should start by the third one. I believe will be easier than the second one, just because you know it's been a bit since you haven't ridden.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good for you like to get back into it, and then second one.
The setup. Sick.
Sweet. We can start from actually the landing. It's a good technique to do that, but right now we can do it because there's no rider coming in. We can see and hear from far away, but we should be doing that. Still have to be careful, and you can cut the corner, come on the inside, maybe a couple of pedal here, and then really like, you know, pump and cruise your way. And yeah, there is no way you'll come short on that jump. So usually when I hit jump like that, I try to not rely on the power I can put with the pedals and the chain, but more on, you know, line choices and pumping on the bike, just like you'll do the jumping, instead of, you know, just pedaling. But in case you need to pedal, you want to have a gear that's hard enough that you can, you know, provide the watts in order to clear a gap. So maybe for a double like that, I'll put like 1 or 2 gear down, just so you get a bit more, also a bit more support if you know, ever put too much weight on one leg over the other.
I like that. I did like a safety pump because I was like, oh, I'm going big. That felt good though. Yeah, you could definitely get way too much speed, but I guess if I actually hit the corners, I probably would have been sweet.
Yeah, so one feedback, Christina, I've seen because I filmed with the phone. When you come on the takeoff, you compress the bike and you kind of pop using the clip pedals.
Aye.
Where you should preload the bike and do more like a bunny up. Even if it's really settled, just compress the bike and a little bit like, so you basically leave the front wheel, transfer your weight a little bit on the bike, just a tiny bit. Because what can happen if you do like a pop like this, you could by accident unclip, for example, if your clips are worn out, and also you could potentially go a little bit OTV.
Yeah.
So that's something that's, I mean, a lot of people do it, including myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what we tend to do. But yeah, it's a good feedback to, you know, try to practice that almost bunny up technique. And that will, for example, help you a lot for the first jump, which is slow with a steep landing, where you need to bunny up. You can't really pop using your clip pedals. You really want to bunny up it. So it's a good practice.
It's the jump. The landing. You actually want to go a bit to the right. You don't want to end off in the bushes. But then the next one, I like that you can see the next takeoff from here.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to land this one, kind of like control your speed. You don't want to raise that corner. You just want to like take your time.
Yeah.
Be super high on your bike so you can see as far as you can. And then the next one, is actually pretty short. You have plenty of speed, but you want to brake a bit for the next one, and especially the last one.
Yeah. It looks tricky to link them up. Like there's a lot of speed control.
Yeah, it's not a no brake like last
Yeah.
time. It's just like you got to feel the speed. What's good is that with the line you just rode, that gave you a good feeling of the speed, and those jumps are like fairly similar size.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this one looks a lot like the second jump, I would say. Yeah,
Well,
like
she's done so well on number 2 and 3 that now she's considering number 4.
considering. Don't know if I'm
Considering.
actually going to do it. It's a lot. For some reason, it's a bit more intimidating than the other ones.
And what about you follow me? We start from the second landing, roll, do the third jump.
Yeah.
You follow me, I brake up, I jump, you don't.
Okay.
But that way you've got a better feel of how much I braked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I basically landed right there, and it's still an impact. And in order to land there, I got 2 good brake tap, and I cruised, I didn't pop.
Yeah.
Really let go. So still, I still had like 4 or 5 feet of clearance. So if you don't brake enough, you're gonna land at the second landing, which is where I was landing. But
Yeah.
if you trust me for the speed, I'll make you land like right where your feet are. You obviously don't want to be too close from the ledge, just
No.
because. But you need to be ready for that impact. In order to go too short here, you really need to brake a lot.
Yeah.
In order to go too long, really too long, you will have to go no brakes.
Okay.
So
Something in the middle.
something in the middle, yeah.
Okay. Sick! Yeah. Let's try it. I'm vibing. Why not?
Are you sure you feel it?
I
You want
think
to
so.
do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything.
Just so everybody knows,
so
Rumi's
you know
not
it.
pushing me.
There's a disclaimer, like
Full disclaimer.
I'm helping her to do that jump she's wanted to do, and I'm not pushing her. Very different. No pressure from the camera.
No. Just like when it feels good, it feels good.
And right now the conditions are pretty perfect. There is absolutely no wind. So as long as you feel good,
I feel good.
I think we had a good build up
Yeah.
to get to that jump. So
Totally.
okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be sweet. Speed is your friend. There's plenty of room to put the landing gear down. Drop the heels.
Remember to brake. Huh?
Yeah.
If you don't brake, you'll feel that you go too fast anyway.
I see. Yeah. I'm not gonna look at the thing because you'll be in front of me. I'll be like just watching you. I did a brake tap and then I still felt like I was gonna catch him.
So we can do that as many times as you feel like you need.
Totally.
I'm happy to stay there all day and just like do it. And if you feel it, you feel it. If you don't, it's all good.
Yeah. Okay, take 2.
We just looked at the footage, and actually Christina sent it to the second landing, so straight to the pro line. How was that?
Yeah, that was bigger than I anticipated. Even with the double brake check, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, 2 brake checks, this is gonna be sick. And then yeah, we went big. But a little heavy on the rear wheel, but I feel like that was safer
And
in
did
this
you
situation.
did you hit the tire?
Oh
again?
yeah, the tire went like fully between the legs. That one, not even the butt. That was
And that's
That
you
was
know
spicy.
one of the main reasons why I prefer mullets is just because you get that extra clearance. So on like super hard compression or big bottom out, you can just squat lower. So like for shorter people like us, it's definitely an advantage. And
Oh,
me,
yeah.
that makes me way more confident to use big stuff on a mullet
yeah.
or a 27.5 bikes than it does on a 29er.
Yeah, I see it now. I see the Remy way because that was really, really big for me, and you do stuff like that all the time, so it makes sense if you're having that.
Anyway, congrats for sending that.
Thanks!
I'm
Stoked!
I mean, you've done well.
Yeah, I think I
Even-
used all my air miles today though.
Even though you landed a bit deep, like you were like really composed, really strong at the landing. So good, like the jumps before, like a bit more technical, you were really dialed. So hopefully you feel a bit more confident and more comfortable jumping, and
I'm stoked. Oh, my heart rate's not even high. That's how you know it's been a good day. We've been like bringing it down all day.
That's awesome.
Ah,
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Remy.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep riding, but
Okay.
I know you have to go up. So.
Yeah, I gotta go eat now. I gotta go get ice cream after all that.
Oh yeah, you deserve ice cream.
Yay!
I would have said a pizza and a beer, but
I got Alice and Brome in my head now. I'm like,
thank you so much guys for watching that video. That was super cool to ride with Christina. She really pushed herself today and she sent some massive gaps she had never done before, and I guess that was even cooler to coach her, help her being more confident and give her some tips to do it safely. So if you enjoyed that video, make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel, and we have a bike check of the propane spin drift mullet setup coming soon. And if you want to support my channel, as always, when you make a purchase on Jenson USA using one of the links in the description, that really supports me and I can do more and better video. So thank you so much for that. I'll see you next week.